If you just found out your child is autistic, I just want to start by saying, take a deep breath, and you're not alone. I still remember the day that I found out. I was sitting in the psychologist's office and she explained what autism spectrum disorder meant. And, I just nodded and smiled. And inside I was freaking out. I was literally spiraling. And I just wish somebody had sat me down like a real friend and said, listen, girl, like, here's what you really need to know, and this is how it's gonna go down. So I'm gonna be that friend for you today, and I am sharing 5 things I desperately wish I had known when my child was diagnosed with autism. Don't forget to stick around to the end, because number 5 is the one thing that literally saved my sanity, and I wish I'd learned it so much sooner. So let's get into it. Number 1, autism is not a tragedy. When I first heard the word autism, like, my brain instantly went into panic mode. And Google definitely didn't help that, especially with my ADHD. People around me didn't know what to say. One person literally said, I am so sorry. Like, that really stuck with me. And you know what? Here's the truth. I wish I had known. Autism is not a tragedy. It's just a different way of experiencing the world. One of my first aha moments was when my son lined up his toy cars for like 45 minutes straight. I used to think, why won't he just play normally? But then he saw joy and focus in his eyes and the peace he felt creating something his own little way. And that was the moment I just stopped trying to fix him and just started learning from him, really. So, if you're grieving the life you thought you'd have, that's totally okay. But you're about to witness a different kind of magic, trust me. Number 2. There is no one right way to parent an autistic child. Everywhere I turned, someone had to have an opinion. Put them in therapy 30 hours a week. Don't do ABA. Try this diet. Have you looked at essential oils? But here's what no one told me. You're allowed to choose what works for your child and your family. At one point, I was driving to therapy like 4 to 5 days a week with 3 different therapists, juggling sensory meltdowns and still trying to be that super mom. It nearly broke me, actually. I thought I had to do it all alone. I had to be a good mom to my autistic son. And the turning point was actually when I skipped a session one day just to go to the park. And my son smiled and we played and we laughed. And I thought, this is therapy too. The expert in your child is not the therapist. It's you. And, you get to decide the pace, the path, and your priorities. Which leads me to number 3. You're gonna feel all the feelings. And you know what? That's okay. Nobody told me that I'd feel grief, that I'd cry over milestones that never came, that I'd feel guilt over feeling grief. But here's the truth. Feeling overwhelmed doesn't make you a bad parent. It makes you human. And if you're anything like me, a mom with ADHD, I'm gonna tear up here. The overwhelm can feel like 10 times louder. And some days it's like every emotion is on blast and my own brain feels like it's working against me, trying to help my child regulate while I'm struggling to regulate myself. And you know what? It's 100% a daily struggle. Look at me, I can't even regulate my emotions right now. I just remember sitting in my car, crying in the parking lot after a speech therapy session where my son said nothing. I felt like I had failed him, like I was doing everything wrong. I spent the entire session trying to keep him engaged while mentally spiraling over the dishes I forgot at home, the form I forgot to submit, my other child's school activities, and feeling like my brain was just too all over the place to be the mom that he needed. But months later, out of nowhere, he just looked at me and said, I love you. It was the first phrase that he ever said, and as you can imagine, it meant everything to me. And guess what? I was actually lucky enough to capture this amazing moment on film one night when we were just playing around my room, recording videos. So if you haven't had a chance to see that video yet, be sure to check it out here and try not to cry. I literally tear up every time I watch it. It's so emotional. So just remember, even when you're feeling like you're falling apart, you are still the center of your child's world each and every day. Number 4, early intervention helps, but it is never a race. We were told Early intervention is critical. And yes, it can help so much, but what they don't tell you is that the progress of any child on the spectrum, it doesn't follow a schedule. And guess what? Your child is not a project. We were put on wait lists, waiting for appointments, waiting for funding. And I literally spiraled into anxiety thinking we were just falling behind. But then I watched my son learn to communicate on his tablet or on his visual communication board that our therapy team put together for him. And he would just point to the things that he needed. Like if he was like, I want, what did he want? He wanted a cookie. He wanted to go to the bathroom or whatever he needed. So, that's when I realized like this is actually progress. And great news, I'm going to create one of these for you all to have. So if you're interested in having this sent directly to your email when it's available, just for you to print off and start using right away, head over to my website, autismmom.online, and enter your email so I can send that directly to you when it's available. Always remember, you are not behind. You're an amazing parent or caregiver. You're taking the first steps in your child's early intervention and just, really being there for them, being strong for them, advocating for them. And you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. And even if you feel like you don't have any support, just know that I am here for you. I'm gonna support you and guide you through this incredible journey along with this amazing community of other parents and caregivers who are also navigating this journey with us. Which leads me to tip number 5, which literally saved my sanity, and I wish I had done this a lot sooner. Find your village. The most powerful shift happened when I just stopped going on this journey alone. Because as an autism parent, it can feel really isolating, like nobody gets it. I found my first autism mom friend actually on my Autism Mom Facebook page. She messaged me after I posted something that was just really raw and honest about what I was going through that day. And that one message, it actually turned into late night DMs, venting, support, advice. And you know what? We've never met in person, but she's actually become one of my closest friends because she just gets it. So, whether it's online in a local support group or even right here in this community, always remember, you do not have to do this alone. Hey, if you made it this far, just know you are already doing an amazing job. Don't need to be perfect parent or caregiver. You just need to be present. And guess what? You're here, you're learning, you're showing up, and that is everything. And just remember, your child's not broken, and neither are you. Leave me a comment. What's the one thing you wish someone had told you after the diagnosis? And what are you still currently struggling with? I'm still struggling with a few things, so you're not alone. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. I post videos just like this every single week for parents like us, navigating the special needs parenting with realness, love, and a little bit of chaos. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out this next video.